Somebody tell them when it's time to shut up.
Thank you, everyone. A request that I had was let's each tell a few jokes if you have them, because I'd like to have more ammunition for the website. And I will start it off by, actually, this isn't a joke, this is a true story, because Steve got here a little early and we were talking before the meeting. And I didn't realize that Steve Schoen was actually an antique furniture salesman before he sold real estate. And it turned out that he had a little shop in San Anselmo, and he used to go to Europe to buy these antiques. And he'd go to Switzerland, Germany, but see, Steve didn't speak the language there. And what he did was he had this notepad, and he would just kind of draw pictures, and they would pull out the money, and they would settle up things. And he actually did quite well going back and forth to Europe, buying these antiques and bringing them back to his little shop in San Anselmo. Well, one time Steve was on a trip, and he bought all these antiques. He used to get a container and ship them back on a ship. After a long day, he was sitting in the bar, just having a beer, and he looks down, and there's this beautiful woman at the end of the bar. And he kind of smiled, and she smiled back, and he took out his little notepad, the same one he used when he was dealing with the merchants, and he drew a little picture of a martini glass, and he kind of showed it up, pointed to the martini, and the girl said, nodded her head like this, and he slid over and bought her a drink, and they were just kind of, the unspoken language. They had this connection. Even though they didn't speak the same language, there was this connection. They were having a great time. So a few drinks later, he pulls out his little notepad. He draws 2 stick figures dancing, and he holds them up to the girl, and she goes, yeah. So they go out on the dance floor, and they're boogieing, and Steve and the gal are getting down. So they go. The music stops, the band takes a break, and they go to sit down, and the girl reaches for the notepad. And she pulls out the notepad, and on the pen, she draws this 4-poster bed. And she holds up the note and Steve looks at this picture of a bed, and he goes, to this day, he cannot realize how that woman knew that she was a furniture salesman. That he was a furniture salesman. Thank you.